Well, Kris Hampson then with the opening break-off. One of these two pairings will make finals nights of the mixed pairs. It is winner takes all. Draw favours Casey Ranford-Norrey and Shaun Ash. They lead the group by a single point. Kris and Linda in second place right now as things stand on 3 points. Casey and Shaun on 4.
It's not the worst split if you had ball in hand. It's not a great split from here. Going reds, red at the top is a major problem. No, not going to be a major problem from there. That would have been a real challenge to work out that red at the top, and yellows for me were a better option. There was a clip back on a yellow, so there was a chance for it, but it wasn't easy.
Oh, he's trying to thread the needle there. That was a tough line to find. And all of a sudden these reds are odds against.
Well, I'm assuming the yellow nearest the bottom right-hand corner actually passes the two reds to bottom right-hand corner. It looks like it does. So I'm absolutely... Oh, there you go. It did go. So both pairs have gone reds, and I think yellows were by miles the better set, which I'm really surprised at both of them, because that red at the top... Sometimes one problem, but if it's a major problem, is more than a few smaller problems, if that makes sense. And that one at the top, just landing on it or developing it was going to be really difficult. But that's what both pairs wanted, so they both obviously seeing something that we're not seeing here from the commentary box.
It's come out pretty nice.
Yes.
There's a little bit of work to do, but it's not too bad for yellows now.
Yeah, the yellow at the well, they're going to play the loss of turn by the looks of things. That yellow actually is the biggest problem now. It wasn't a problem originally. So playing a good decision to play the loss of turn just keeps yellows in the driving seat. As long as this red doesn't go in right centre, because if it does, then they've left it on. See, one at the top's still a problem, but less of a problem than it was before. And it did go. Sure of the red can be made off the yellow. Shaun was obviously trying to go into the area with pace. Bump of the pocket got in the way. I'm going to try and make red off yellow. Kris wanted to be on this yellow into right centre. It doesn't really matter. Could easily have just played you know, the drop in there, use the one over bottom right-hand corner to come off one cushion, get the cue ball in the middle of the 3 at the top, and you'd have been fine. But many, many different ways to go out about a layout like this. They're all just very nicely done, very nicely laid out for you. A little awkward here. If you take the one nearest top left, you're quite thin on it. So you have to play a good cue ball. And if you take the one top right now, path of the cue ball is also tricky. So you have to really dig this one. Kris has got very, very fortunate there. Really has. Shaun will take that as well. Okay, the chance of the clearance is still there, but moving the yellow onto the cushion at least asks them to play a shot.
All right then, Kris. Time to step up. Big shot. Nah. And pleasing to see that one stay up, caught the cushion very high up the rail.
Ball back for the middle, whatever you feel comfortable.
I think Casey's gun barrel straight here. So just stops it dead. I'm not sure Shaun will love that one.
Well, he did say, you know, either stop it dead or pull it back for the middle, whatever you're comfortable with.
Well, he absolutely just flies it in. He does play a real rhythm with Shaun Ash, doesn't he? Just doesn't hang about, just gets down and plays it. And made that one look completely routine.
Yeah, now winning that one does just give them a huge advantage, doesn't it? The edging in front with the knowledge that the draw is enough is quite big. Huge missed opportunity.
Booming break. Oh, that 8-ball was close. Oh, bit of a smelly leave again. So much so, Shaun, I think, just stands and glares at the table for a little bit before returning to it.
This is where I'd like to see Shaun show quite a lot of match play nous here. He's playing Linda. They're 1-0 up. The draw's good, and they're almost at the halfway point. Just no point doing anything other than that. Containing. Win this frame slowly. Obviously, if you lose it quickly, you're putting pressure on Casey. But if he's clever here, he should earn himself an opportunity. Kris said good shot before it went in, and it then refuses to fall off the jaw. Question is this a better opportunity now for Shaun, or do you want to wait? All depends on how he wants to deal with those 3 in the middle. It depends, is there a gap to be on the middle one or the left-hand one of the 3 through the reds, in which case it just opens up them all really easily. From the overhead camera, it looks like it won't be far away if he was able to get on the yellow to the centre. He's just going to play into everything off the yellow into the centre, take it all out of play. Hasn't necessarily made it any easier though. That yellow in the middle there is harder than it was before. Unless it goes in the centre now, but it doesn't look like it from this camera angle. It doesn't look like it goes. If it did, you'd play it straight away and it would be fairly routine. So does decide to pull back. Is playing the match situation. No doubt about it, because there was an opportunity to continue there. Could have taken the one to top right and tried to target the problem ball off 2 cushions.
Great shot, the call from those watching in the wings. Shaun Ash is going game.
Yeah, so he does play on the gap that I talked about right at the beginning of the frame. I talked about this gap and he tried to fly into it and moved a few around, so the gap's slightly bigger than it was before, but there you go. Gap was there. So is that even more of a surprise that he didn't go for it on the last visit? I still think he played it the right way, in all honesty. Played the right situation. The Reds were dead. Earned a better opportunity and should win the frame off the back of it.
Just had to mind his work on that shot. He's okay. Very good. And that is a 2-0 lead, and they have got 1 foot in finals night. Just both watching that scoreboard, just watching that match clock tick down, as it will continue to do in between frames until the 5-minute mark. Referee 𝗟𝗓𝙉𝗍𝗔 is an exceptionally quick racker of the balls.
And this is where it has to be a quick finish from Kris Hampson. Almost has to be a break clearance here. Otherwise, they're going to be in a world of trouble.
In off bottom left, off a front ball break.
Yeah, it came right across it. Wasn't the best. But this is where, for me, this is where you've really got to be strong. And rather than worrying about the finish, you're 2-0 up with a draw's good. Okay, unless it's absolutely 100% nailed on, there is no benefit in taking the finish on. Now, there is a good finish on, and it looks like Casey's going to take the aggressive play straight away. And if this comes out, then take the finish on. They didn't even have to play the cannon because they could play on this one to top right, which helps.
Oh, wants to bounce. Trouble. Trouble. She's a big gap to land in there, Casey, and she'll be so annoyed that she's not hit it.
Now doing the right thing, call the extension, play the beeps. Remember, every second that ticks down is to their advantage.
Yeah, Kris and Linda, remember, have to win 3 frames. It is a long way back from here.
It's why I was calling for slowing it down off the break, even though, you know, Casey would have fancied the chances of clearing there. It's just there's no need for it.
Oh, tough. So Kris needs to get his skates on. Reds are okay here. 8-ball is probably maybe the trickiest ball, but it does have a pocket, and it does have a connector to it as well.
Yeah, I'm just working the clock out here. It's not disaster for them yet. If Kris can get out here, then they're into the Scotch frame, which they have to win, and then it's on his own cue, potentially, you know, for a, what, leave 45 seconds to a minute for a break clearance. That's kind of what we're talking about. It's not beyond the realms right now. There still should be hope for them.
If he can get out here in the next 30 seconds, which he'll fancy. 2 minutes a frame for 2 frames is very doable on a 15-second shot clock. It's basically what it has to be.
Problem with that last one, he left a slightly bad angle, so he couldn't get close to his next one. So he's now got to cue this really well. But that's what he does do well.
Yeah, beautiful. Very good. As good on this 8-ball as he could have been. He is ball in hand. Perfect from that red. Lovely. 2-1. And there is 3 minutes and 51 seconds remaining. Kris and Linda need both frames.
Does kind of make you think back to the start of that frame for Casey. You know, pot a ball, play safe, make a mess, tie balls up, all that sort of stuff. Now, look, if she makes a finish, great. But the situation was calling for being horrible and being negative, I think.
Going off the break too. It's another sort of messy split.
Yeah, this is where you've got to understand the amount of time left on the clock. That it doesn't have to be finished in this visit. You've got time to play a safety, maybe 2. The pace that Kris plays that, because he's going to have to be a break clearance in the next from Kris, so you're going to need to leave a minute. But you've got to win this frame.
Plan B.
Plan B, he says. Oh, how'd you like those apples?
That was clever, but the cue ball was wild because of it. He was playing the cue ball into the plant, but yeah, it's no idea where it's going to go off it.
He can count himself pretty unlucky, but at the same time,
there's too long left to run the clock down on this visit, so just tie balls up. Just there's no need to pot here, just tie balls up. Don't want to give them a chance of a golden break in the next.
yeah, it's a very unnatural thing to do. You know, every match that Casey's probably ever played has revolved around winning frames.
Yeah, it's not what's called for here. Because if they don't get out on this finish, if they pop 2 more open balls and make the yellows easier, there'll be enough time to counter and leave at least a second on the clock. So I'd rather leave 2.5 minutes, but with a super low percentage finish on the table, than a 1.5 minutes with drop-ins.
Yeah, and they're short from where they wanted to be. So again, it's a tough shot, finding that area. And all they're doing here is making yellows more accessible. It's a lovely shot from Sean, but now does the visit end?
No, they're on this red to right centre. That was excellent. What a shot that was. Because the natural here is just going to drift into a good position, I think. That was brilliant.
Oh, just falls in. Perfect. You'll do for Case the ace. And the shark, Sean Ashe. Oh. Well, as you were, they've probably just done enough in taking time off the clock here, even if Casey misses this. I'd just send this one flying. She does. Is it going to find a hole? No. Must wait for all balls to stop until you can play this shot.
And this is exactly what I was talking about.
They'll have a chance for a golden break.
Yeah, they should get themselves to that position for the golden. I know it sounds strange, but I would have much rather left 2.5 minutes with an absolute super low percentage finish than this.
They almost can take their time with this visit in a weird way. Just make sure, just give yourself one swing at the cue ball to go through. It will be a nervous wait for Casey Ranford-Norrey and Shaun Ash. In goes the 8 ball, 15 seconds left. It doesn't matter now what happens in the next frame after the break. It is all on the break.
For Casey and Shaun, they're going to be very uncomfortable for the next 19 seconds, or just at least the break. But for me, they brought all that on themselves. The decision-making to try and take on the finishes from Casey, to take on the finish there. As good a shot as Shaun played, not being able to get on the 8 ball has given them this opportunity for a golden break.
Kris Hampson with a golden break will qualify he and Linda Haycox for finals night. Anything else? And it's Shaun Ash and Casey Ranford-Norrey. All eyes on the 8 ball. All eyes on that 8 ball. It was moving. Oh, it was moving. And now the handshakes come in. It couldn't have been any closer. Watch the eyes. Everyone knew it. Oh, didn't Kris Hampson know it? But Shaun Ash and Casey Ranford-Norrey have survived the gauntlet of the mixed pairs. Their first time playing together, and goodness me, they've made it count. They've made finals night, and we'll grab a word with them when we return in just a second.